Hello YouTube, this is Neon. Today I'm going to be talking about failure. I have really felt like a failure lately. I'm hoping that this will inspire me to get it together a little bit better and to start working out again. Okay. You see, what happened was that starting in May, I began to work out again. I began to work out twice a day. I would do a run, and then I would do a strength training routine. The strength training routine would either be, well, it would be in this order. It would be arms, which is biceps, triceps, and then legs, and then chest and back, pecs and back. And I would alternate these three routines twice. Of course, after the run. And each day, the run would get a little longer or a little more intense, one or the two. And then the strength training routine would get tougher about every 2.5 weeks. So this was going on for a little over 8 weeks until I injured myself in 4 different areas. If you can count each nipple as being injured. And it wasn't from the nipple chafing, it was what I was doing to prevent nipple chafing. Runners know that it can be a friggin' nightmare unless you're fortunate enough to have enough money to buy compression clothing, for example. I ended up ripping skin off of my nipples. Long story, painful and ugly. So because of the other 2 injuries, and really even because of my nipples as well, I had to stop working out for a week. After that, I started doing speed walking for a week, and that was good. I thought, okay, yes, I've gotten back on the horse. And then I developed a modified version of the workout so that I can continue, well, I can start over working out in a much slower and better way. But there's just so much fear. I'm so prone to overdoing it and to exhaustion. And there's a lot of fear that I'm going to overdo it and I'm not going to be able to keep up with my workouts, and I'm going to get overwhelmed, even though I know that this plan will work much better. But then I'm thinking, is all of the Spanish study and all of the knitting and crocheting, is that going to overwhelm me? Baby booties. These is baby booties. Or baby booties, whatever. Am I gonna be overwhelmed with that? One of the most shocking things to me was that by about week 8, and I was into about 8.5 weeks when I injured myself, all at the same time, all 4 areas. But the shocking thing was that when you're working out 2, 3, or more hours a day, and you're doing 2 separate workouts 6 days a week, you wind up having to eat not 3 times a day, but 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day, plus 2 snacks, just to maintain the muscle growth. Being on SSI, I'm poor. Getting enough food, so difficult. So difficult. I had to buy food on the street. These ladies on the street, they get their food from food distributions, and they sell it very cheaply. They'll sell a 5-pound bag of cheese for $3. So that's how I was able to get enough protein. But it's very hit or miss. A lot of the food I try to get from them was cheese, canned fish, canned chicken, anything that's high in protein, beans. That's the type of stuff that I would buy from them. So I have to go do that every day after my second workout, or definitely after my first workout. You have to prepare a ton of food. It's like preparing food for a small family, because if you're eating 5, 6 or more meals a day and eating 2 snacks, you're eating for 2 people or 3 people. And then the number of times that you're eating, you're having, for me, I have to wash the dishes every time right after. So I'm washing dishes 8 or 9 times a day. It was sort of the accumulation of everything that was just overwhelming. You know, getting the food, cooking enough food, eating enough food. I don't have a big appetite. Keeping my dishes clean and everything sanitary so I don't get food poisoning. Not having a boyfriend who will help support me. And support me in a way that I don't want you to get injured because I love you. Not, I don't want you to get injured because in the back of my mind I'm thinking, you won't be able to work and we won't have as much money. I'm thinking about how it's going to reflect on me, right? I don't have any kind of a support system, so I'm all alone and I have to do it all on my own. So all of this together just became overwhelming. Coupled with sleep problems, I was going to sleep on average between 4 a.m. and 9 a.m. Well, the 9 a.m. was after I had injured myself, but I was going to sleep around 3 to 5 a.m. and waking up around 2 p.m., which is a terrible schedule, but for me with my mental illness, that was working for me. The fact that I could even get sleep was good. But heading towards the summer, sleeping those hours is very uncomfortable because it's pretty damn hot. So just overwhelmed, and I'm terrified of starting again. I really truly hope that this inspires me to get back on track. Many people will say, "Oh, you're on SSI, you don't work? What do you do all day?" That's what people will tell me. Many, many times. So what I do is I watch a lot of Spanish TV. I have my phone. There's 2 great apps that I just looked at, and they work as good or better on my phone than they do on my laptop, but wordreference.com and lingue.com. And I'm looking up words to build up my vocabulary as I'm watching Forensic Files in Spanish. I knit. I started doing these shortly after I injured myself. But I do these off and on, different knitting and crocheting, usually for charity. These I'm going to be selling for $1 each. Hopefully I'll be able to raise a little extra money to give myself a little extra peace of mind, so that hopefully at the end of the month I don't have just 50 cents left or $2 left, right? And if I do make any money, yes, I will report it to SSI, but I haven't sold even $1, one single pair yet. I'm very nervous about that. I've never been able to really sell my stuff except to personal friends, which I have none now, in my neighborhood. And each of these pairs takes 1.5 to 2 hours for me to crochet. So I'm going to make less than $1 an hour if I sell these. But, you know, I live off next to nothing. That would actually make a difference. $10 extra more a month or $20 extra more a month would make a difference in my life. And hopefully it'll be more than that. Hopefully it'll be more like $50 extra a month. We'll see. We'll see what happens. God willing, right? But that's what I do all day. You know, I know people are judging when they say, "You're an SSI, what do you do all day?" Some have come straight out and say, "Oh, so you're an alcoholic? Oh, so you smoke meth?" It's like, no, neither of those apply. And I know they think we're taking advantage of the system and we just watch TV all day unless we're doing drugs and we're just lazy. And it's not true. There are times when I will watch TV all day if I'm extremely depressed. Depression is an illness that I don't always have control over. You know? One way I used to overwhelm myself was that I wouldn't let myself watch any English TV or any English documentaries. But it becomes overwhelming because I'm constantly having to look up words. I'm very OCD, and I just need to be able to sit down and watch a documentary or a zombie movie and not have to look up frickin' words. My Spanish is not so good that I don't have to look up words yet. But I have a lot of hope. I am approaching fluency, and once I'm fluent and can pass tests, I will I'll have work for the rest of my life, which is awesome. Work that's going to be using my brain and not my brawn, since I do have so much chronic pain. I'll probably knit and crochet for the rest of my life, if only for charity. I would like to get much better and start knitting and not crocheting clothing, because there's really a need for that. But I have yet to really knit my first sweater. So that's about it. Say a prayer for me. Hopefully I will work out today, because I know that the modified workout will work better. I'm not going to be working out 2 days a week. Once I get to the 4-mile mark, I'll start only working out 1 day a week. And then every 2 weeks, I'll start subtracting. I'll add another day that I only work out 1 day, another day that I work out 1 day, and I'll max out at only working out 2 days a week. By the time I'm actually running an 8.5 or a 9-mile run, most of those days I won't work out after that. So it's much more reasonable, and I won't have to eat as much food because the demands on your body from working out, running for an hour and a half or more, and then working out strength training for an hour or more. The demands are just too much. Plus, when I go to the store, that's nearly a mile walk. When I go to the street market, that's a mile walk. I think it's going to work out fine. I actually feel a little better just having shared this. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, commercials, and recommend my videos. Do one or more of those things. Thanks for watching. Best wishes.